Hello and welcome to episode 4 of the Spigot plugin development series thingy. Today we're going to be learning how to use listeners. Very useful. Basically they listen to events that might happen. So an event can be a player damage event and a block break event, etc. Right? So we're just going to play around with those today. So we're going to create a new project and I am going to be calling it next. Just hit next again. I'm going to be calling it listeners. I'm going to open it in this window. And okay, I've created my new project. Now we click this button here. Libraries and Java. We look for our server. This is definitely not it. There we go, there's our server.jar. Add. Okay. And now we can begin. I'm going to create a new package. New.code for NSU. Yet again, you put your name in. Listeners. I'm just going to call it that. New Java class main. Java class main. We're going to make it extend Java plugin, and it imported it for us then. Okay, and now we're ready to begin. First of all, I know in the commands ones we didn't have to do this. We're going to add the onEnable method, so that's @override, and then public void onEnable, and there we go. And the reason we're adding this is because we need to register our events. So we need to tell the server to, hey, look over here for the events code, basically. So what we do is we go this. You don't have to. You can just type get server, but yet again it opens up that menu, which is very nice. Server dot get plugin manager dot register events. Don't hit register event, just hit register events, and add this, right? And now you're referencing this class and this class and this class for both the listener and the plugin. The main is always going to be your plugin, everything that has the onEnable stuff and all that, and it extends Java plugin. The listener is going to implement listener, and it's going to have your code in it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to create a new Java class inside of here. We're going to call it events, and here's where our events code is going to go. I'm sorry about this, I set it to this, that's not what it's meant to be. What we need to set it to is this event class right here. So what we do with that is we do new events. And it's still showing an error because this is not implementing the listener. So we go here as we just do implement listener. I can't spell. There we go, and we want this listener, the all.bucket, because there's another one. I still can't spell. There we go, that's much more like it, and here the error should go away. Perfect. So basically the main.java is going to literally only have this in it, that's it. And the events class is going to have our good code. So now, when we want to listen for an event, what we do is we do @event handler. We make a new method. We're going to call it, and for this case, we're just going to call it public void damage event. You don't have to call it exactly right. You can call it damage event, but it's recommended to call it something that when you look in your code over here in the structure, you'll be like, that's that. When you have like millions of these, you know. We're just gonna go back onto our project tab. Okay, and now what we have to do is add some code braces. And inside of here we need to pass in an event handler, and that event handler is gonna be, for this one, player. No, I'm afraid it wasn't that, I'm sorry. It's entity damage event, and we have to call it event. You don't have to, you can call it like E or whatever. I know a lot of people call it E or damage event or whatever, but I just like to call it event. Now, what we're gonna do is this plugin is just gonna send a message to our player when they get damage and give something to them. Right, an event, event handlers are extremely useful. In fact, I'll show you one of my big projects afterwards, hopefully, with that makes use of event handlers so much. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do if, we remember this from the commands, if event get entity instance of player. This was in the commands, we were checking if they were a player. We're gonna do curly braces, and instead of checking if they're not a player, we're just gonna go if they are a player, and just go straight into the coding. So this is if they are a player. Now we can create a variable, player equals, we're gonna have to cast here, player event.get entity. Oh, that's not what I wanted. There we go. And now we can get really into the nice code. So player dot, for example, send message, and we're gonna say ouch, maybe, and maybe in chat color dot red, maybe. We add that onto our string. We say ouch is, I'm gonna say ouch, that must have heard. Here is something to help. And what we're gonna do here is we are gonna set their health to the max. Now, they might have like a custom health, so they have like, I don't know, 60 hearts or something done. So to avoid like having any problems with doing that, because the max health normally is 20, to avoid any problems doing that, we're just going to do player dot set health, and then inside of here we're going to do player dot get max health. There we go. So like it will put it all the way to the top, no matter how many hearts they have. Let's say they have 60 hearts, it will still fill it all up because we're setting their health to the most they can get. Okay, this should all be done. Now, can you remember, I did this in the last episode, what thing do we have to add next? Yep, plug in the YML, let's go. New file, plugin.yml. Main we're going to add, which is code for MC listeners. And I'm going to call this plugin no damage for you. Now there is a more effective way I could have done this, but for now I'm just going to do it like this. I know you're going to be yelling at me, the experienced coders are going to be yelling at me down in the script, in the comment section. I don't know why you'd be here though in this video. Version, we're going to set it to 1. All is going to be code for MC. Now, the way we could have done it better is instead of doing all this gibberish, we could have just done event.set cancelled true. Now, both of these work, okay? But this one is just more efficient, right? Because it's just stopping the damage from happening. And this one is, a little less efficient. It's just setting their health every single time to something. You know that you have to get their max health, right? This is just much easier. It stops a lot of code from happening. So we're just going to get rid of this one. And there you go, you're happy now? It's nice and efficient. So in here we have everything we need. So it should be good. Everything seems fine. So if we go up to here to build, project structure, artifacts, add jar t, drag in this, remove the server library thingy. We're going to call it listeners. I'm just going to call it that. You can call it whatever you want because you're going to have fun with this, remember. I'm going to make it go to our server. That's not where it is. Here it is. YouTube server plugins. Make it go in your plugins folder. Hit OK. Just going to build it. Build. Let it take its time. Can take up to 10 to 20 seconds. I've said all this before. Okay, it's done. Now we're going to go into our server and reload it. I've already got the server running. Okay, yeah, it's saying that it's discouraged, but I really don't mind. We're going to log on to our server. Okay. Now we're going to use our previous command from the previous episode. MSF code for MC. Oh. As you can see, my server's lagging a little bit. Right, and now I'm code for MC. Not up there though, I can fix that. I'm not going to now because I really don't want to. Right, so we're going to do /pl. Yep, here's no damage for you and all our other plugins. So we're going to do version no underscore damage underscore for underscore you. Version 1 all for me. Right. Just go somewhere else for this. Off like a cliff perhaps. Open game mode S. Yep, I'm in survival now. And we're going to jump down and see what happens. Oh, and look what it says. Ouch, that must have hurt. Here is something to help. And I am still alive. Now, no matter what I do. Oh, I forgot I can't do that. /give egg, is that what it is? Ah, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna go to the spider. No matter what happens, I'm not gonna get knocked back. Nothing's gonna happen to me. As you can see, spider, nothing is happening. Look, it says ouch, that must have hurt. That here is something to help. Now, if I wanted to make it knockback, I'd have to, instead of doing event.setCancelTrue, I'd do the set health. So I would get like knocked back and stuff, but my health would be immediately set back to the max. As you can see, I cannot take damage anymore. I'm invincible. And nothing can happen to me. So that's a basic overview of listeners, right? You can do a lot more with them. Oh, goodbye zombie. There's many mobs here. You can do a lot more than with them, right? As you can see, I didn't even get killed by the /kill command. I know that from experience. Right, event handlers, they're basically unlimited opportunities for you. The way you can check what events, this event handler code, all of this, you can just copy it and make a new one, and this will be a new event. Obviously, we're just going to get rid of this code inside of it, and we're going to call it, let's say, I don't know, it could be move event, and we can call, and if you go org.bucket event, then you can see all the different events. See, there's, these are different categories. If you go to player, we can see all of these player events. All you have to do is like click on one, so play a join event maybe, so we can call this join. You can get rid of this beginning bit before it. So, and yeah, that's a new event. Usually in these events, if they've got something to do with a player, it will be event.getPlayer. If it's not, it will be probably get entity. So have fun with these. That's what I did mainly. They're very fun to mess around with events. You can make as many as you like. Obviously that will lag out the server a little bit, but it's Minecraft, it can't lag. Remember, you can also do them in the main class, so event handler or whatever, right? But instead of adding new events, you'd have to make it this, right? Just like for the plugin bit, but it's not this class, it's this one. Yeah, so that's all for today. I probably can go into more detail with these. I don't think I'm going to, because really that's the basics. It doesn't get more complicated. Now I did promise to show you one of my big projects, so I'm going to. I think I called it the big one. I did. 1 second. Okay, so I guess my projects folder got weirded out, I guess. Yep, see, it's being strange. I don't really mind, considering it's right here. But as you can see, this is one of my very complicated projects that I've made that makes use of events. As you can see, I've got an events.java here. And if we scroll up to here at the top, at override, these are just other stuff. You have the registering events. This bit in here is just passing values to it, but it's all basically the same stuff. This is a work in progress, by the way. See, event handler, entity damage event, right? And this is literally very similar to what we did. Look, if I guess I did it a little differently. I could right here done it as event.getEntity instance of sheep, but here I did get type equals entity type of sheep. Doesn't really matter, but look, it's the exact same stuff. It's cancelling the event. And yeah, this is one of my biggest projects. It's got like skyblock and stuff. It's basically a server, right? And you have matchmaking and stuff for death matches, data managers, these YMLs. See, we still have a plugin at YML. That's a little new. This bit's new, but you know. So basically, this is what you want to strive for. I know I'm not that great, right? I know way more talented people than me, but this is what you want to be doing. You want to get to like this stage first, like where you can like have fun coding this, because this was pretty fun for me. I call these event handlers. This is work in progress code. That's what's all commented. Hey, you want to get to the stage where you have fun. You start writing like complexer code. As you can see, it's basically just the same stuff, but it's more complicated. So yeah, thank you for watching. As promised, you got to see my big one. Make sure to like, subscribe, or whatever. Share it to your friends. Have fun coding. Make use of all these events; they're very great. And goodbye.